Hello children. In today's video, we'll be learning the poem Keeping Quiet. The poet of this poem is Pablo Neruda, children, and I have to tell you that this poem was first written in Spanish and then it was translated in English. Pablo Neruda also received the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1971. In this poem, actually I have to tell you children, I have chosen this poem intentionally. Actually it is the third poem from your book Flamingo, but I have chosen it intentionally because it justifies the situation the whole world is in today. In this poem, the poet emphasizes the need to introspect. Introspect, children, means examination of one's thoughts, feelings and also actions. That is, what are we doing, why are we doing it, and what are its consequences. The poet also emphasizes that he believes, I have to say, that this quiet introspection can transform not only an individual but can also transform the face of the earth. So let's see what he has to convey through this poem.
So let us know something about the poet. Pablo Neruda was born in 1904 in Chile, South America. His father was a railway employee and mother was a teacher. He studied in the University of Chile and he won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. In this poem, he talks about the necessity of quiet introspection and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. I have to tell you children that this poem is written in free verse. It does not follow any rhyme scheme. Now, what is the theme of this poem? Children, in our present day fast moving lifestyle, we are least concerned about our own inner self and instead keep finding faults in others. You may agree with this. We fail to understand our fellow beings and in its place we develop hatred towards them sometimes. Today we have reached a stage where we need to find the cause of our sadness and the vacuum or the void that has filled the major part of our life. Our lives today are all about wars and misunderstandings because we have no time to look within ourselves and introspect. Keeping Quiet is a simple poem about the need for a little bit of soul searching which may help us to make peace with ourselves and others. And the poet says that stillness and silence will help human beings in creating these feelings. The title Keeping Quiet is symbolic of stopping all the activities, keeping quiet in the mind, not doing anything but to question and understand the purpose of the world that humans have created around themselves. In this poem, the poet aims to appeal to the readers to take some time out of their busy life for a little introspection. Meaning of introspection, children, is examination of one's own thought and feelings. So I'll start with the explanation of the poem line by line, and I will also introduce you all to the poetic devices used by the poet. So we'll start the poem now. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. So here the poet begins with counting 12, urging everyone to be still. He chose 12 for several reasons, children. 12 hints at the 12 hours of a day which rules our life. 12 refers to 12 zodiac signs believed to be the controlling forces of our lives. 12 can also refer to 12 months of a year. For once on the face of this earth, let's not speak in any language. The poet here says everyone to break the barriers of language and unite with one invisible tune, and that tune is silence actually. With the word earth, the poet hints at all the humans living, devoid the identity of country, creed and caste. Though language is the identity of a country or race, he affirms that humans are more important, and the identity of being a human of earth is a broader realization. Next line he says, let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Here the poet says to stop for 1 second, and here second presents the tiniest part of time calculation. He tells us to keep ourselves off for at least 1 second from negative aspects, and here arms is with dual meaning. He indicates arms as our hands engaged in several activities, and at the same time refers to the weapons we use for destruction. So let's discuss the poetic devices used in the first stanza. The first poetic device, children, is alliteration, and alliteration is in 2 lines, we will and once on. Okay, we will, once on. Then the second poetic device is antithesis. Antithesis is in the line count to 12 and we will all keep still. It is antithesis. Then we have assonance. Assonance is a repetition of vowel sounds in a line. Now we will count to 12. Repetition of vowel sounds. And then you have anaphora. Anaphora is repetition of the first word in 2 consecutive lines. Here we have let's. The first line says let's not speak in any language. Next line again, let's stop for 1 second. So here anaphora, repetition of the first word in 2 consecutive lines. Then we have pun. Pun, where a word carries 2 meanings. There are 2 meanings of the word arms over here. One meaning is hands and the other meaning of arms here is weapons. So the poet has used 5 poetic devices in this stanza: alliteration, antithesis, assonance, anaphora and pun. So to sum up the first stanza, the poet here requests everyone to count till 12 in their own mind and to stop for a while. Maybe this 12 referred by the poet is the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in a year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down. The poet urges everyone not to speak any language, as we all know that there are different languages spoken in different parts of the earth, which sometimes become a barrier in our way for peace. So he asks people not to speak. Not only this, he also wants us to stop moving our arms. By using the word arms, he means the weapons which are used by different countries to raise a war against each other. So basically, the poet is demanding peace from all of us. So let's continue with the next line. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Here the poet says that we are always on move. We are all busy in completing our work and go on rushing in our lives. The poet here even says to stop engines. Here he is referring to industrial works causing harms to environment. The poet urges us to stop our personal activities and stop engines and unite in one tune again, that is silence. The poet declares silence as exotic, which we have not experienced earlier, something new, because this silence will make us blissful, strange and will bring complete equilibrium. The next line, fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here the poet says, if we be still, we shall be able to introspect the mistakes and wrongs done. Here the fishermen are the representatives of all kinds of killers and tyrants in this world. The poet wants them to stop their work and realize their mistakes. The salt gatherer is explained as the representative of the poor also, and the lower section of the society, who go up to any level to earn their livelihood and often hurt themselves irreparably. And a poetic device used in this stanza is mainly alliteration. We would, hurt hands, sudden strangeness, W sound or H or S sounds are repeated. There is repetition in a line. Without rush, without engines. Without is repeated. So to sum this stanza, the poet says that it would be a rare situation where there will be no engines working. Here he wants to say that if everything comes to standstill, it will be a very different movement which we are all experiencing today. If all the engines like the vehicles and machines stop, then there will be a sudden strange situation as the world will experience a sudden calmness. People will not be in a rush to achieve material things one after the another. Further, the poet says that the fishermen will also stop and not harm whales in the sea. This means that the poet is urging everyone not to harm animals. What are we human beings doing? We are harming the animals, we are harming human beings, we are harming the environment. Here he gives the example of whales which are being hunted for the purpose of food or trade. He also wants people to calm down so that they can stop and see what they have achieved or lost. For this he gives the example of man who gathers salt, whose hands are hurt. He wants everyone to stop for a while in order to see and feel their achievements and how much they have lost for the sake of attaining such materialistic things. We have completed 2 stanzas so far, and I hope you have understood it. So here the poet calls upon all the people to realize the value of quiet introspection, and he says that we can examine and analyze our inner thoughts only in moments of complete silence. We'll see the next stanza in the next video. Thank you, children.